Hello students, welcome once again. Today we begin new chapter of history. Chapter number 3, Effects of British Rule. Dear students, what is the meaning of effect? Effects means results. British came to India at the start of 17th century. They added many princely states and established their colonies across the country. The Industrial Revolution, which began in England in the 18th century, adversely affected the Indian economy. So, my dear students, in this lecture, we are going to study the effects of British rule over India. Now, let's see about the establishment of East India Company. We have seen that due to geographical discoveries, the European powers reached the Indian coast. All the European, including Portuguese, Dutch, and the British, entered the race for capturing the Indian market. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we learned that because of the geographical discoveries, the European powers reached the Indian coast. Dutch, French, and Portuguese and British are included in European countries. British entered in India for to capture the Indian market. There were the race between three or more than three countries such as Portuguese, Dutch, French, and British. When the British came to India for trade purpose, the Portuguese had already settled here and they gave a bitter resistance. Later friendly relations developed between them. But to establish the domination over India, the British had to face opposition from French, Dutch, and local rulers. Dear students, when British came to India, their purpose for that to trade in India, but the Portuguese, they had already settled in India. And initially, the relationship of British and Portuguese were not good. But after that, they made friendship. It means here, afterwards, they became friends. The Britishers had to face opposition from French, Dutch, and local rulers. Dear students, now we are going to learn how the Britishers entered in Maratha Empire. So let us see the relationship between British and Marathas. Mumbai was the main center of British in western India. They were trying to acquire the nearby territories, but the Marathas had strong hold over it. Dear students, We know that the Mumbai was the main center of British in Western India. Remember, dear students, which was the main center of British? The answer is Mumbai was the main center of British in Western India. They were trying to acquire the nearby territories. They means the Britishers. Britishers had tried to acquire or to get the territories which are nearer. But the Marathas had strong hold over it. After the death of Peshwa Madhav Rao, his uncle Raghunath Rao approached for help from the British due to his greed for Peshwaship. Dear students, when the Peshwa Madhav Rao was died, means after the death of Peshwa Madhav Rao, his uncle Raghunath Rao approached for help from the British because he was selfish. Because his selfishness for Peshwaship. This led to the entrance of the British in Maratha politics. This is the reason then British enters in Maratha empires. Now, during 1774 to 1818, three wars were fought between the Marathas and the British. During the first war, the Marathas unitedly faced the British and hence proved superior. Dear students, in the first war, the Marathas, they come together. They were unitedly faced the British, and so they prove they were superior, means they were powerful. During 1774 to 1818, three wars were fought between Maratha and British. And in the first war, Maratha was superior. In 1782, with the Treaty of Salbai, the first Anglo-Maratha war came to an end. My dear students, the meaning of treaty means agreement. With the agreement of Salbai, the first Anglo-Maratha war came to an end. Anglo-Maratha means those mixed with Indian and British. Anglo-Maratha war was fought on 17th of May 1782, and there was an agreement of Salbai. It was at this agreement was known as Salbai Agreement, and in this way the first Anglo-Maratha war came to an end. Now we are going to learn about subsidiary alliance. Alliance means connection, and subsidiary means alliance between dominates. Here, subsidiary alliance means alliance between a dominant nation and a nation that it dominates. In 1798, Lord Wellesley arrived in India as Governor General. Dear students, in 1798, Lord Wellesley, he came to India and there he was appointed as a Governor General. His objective was to establish the British dominion all over India. It means he wanted to control over all over India. It was his objective to establish the British dominion all over India. And for this, he signed the subsidiary alliance with many Indian rulers. Dear students, to establish the British dominion all over India, so Lord Wellesley signed the subsidiary alliance in front of many Indian rulers. According to this alliance, the Indian rulers were assured of British military help. There were some terms laid on them. Some terms means conditions. There were some conditions put on them. The Indian rulers have to maintain British army in their court and have to pay cash or part of their territory to the company for its maintenance. The ruler would not have any alliance with any other power or declare war against any power without the intervention of the British. The ruler would accept a British resident in his state. Some Indian rulers accepted the system and lost their freedoms. My dear students, here the Indian rulers, they have to maintain British army in their court and they have to pay cash or part of their territory, means part of their state, to the company for its maintenance. The ruler would not have any alliance with any power or declare war against any power without the intervention of the British. And the ruler, they would accept the British resident, but some of the Indian rulers, they were accepted this system and in this way they lost their freedom. Now in 1802, here during this period, means 1802 to 1805, there was second Anglo-Maratha war was fought. In 1802, Bajirao II signed the subsidiary alliance treaty with the British, and this alliance is well known as the Treaty of Versailles. Just we learn about the Treaty of Versailles, which was made in the in the first Anglo-Indian War, and now in the second Anglo-Maratha War, there was Bajirao II. He signed the subsidiary alliance with the treaty with the British, and this alliance is known as Treaty of Versailles. But this treaty was not acceptable to some Maratha Sardars. This led to the Second Anglo-Maratha War. My dear students, here Bajirao II signed the subsidiary alliance treaty with the British, and that treaty is known as Treaty of Versailles. But some of the Maratha Sardars were not acceptable, and because of this, Second Anglo-Maratha War was fought. After the victory of the British, there was increased interference of British into the Maratha state. This became intolerable, and Bajirao II waged a war against the British. He was defeated in this battle, and in 1818 he surrendered to the British. Dear students, this is the reason to occur or to fight the Second Anglo-Maratha War. And Britishers won that war. There was increased interference of British into the Maratha state, and this became tolerable, and Bajirao II, he declared a war against the British, and in that war he was defeated. He was defeated in that battle, and in 1818 he surrendered himself to the British. In the meantime, the capital of Mughals was under the control of Daulat Rao Shinde. By defeating the troop of Shinde, General Lake captured the Mughal emperor and gained victory over Hindustan. My dear students, here in the meantime, the capital of Mughals, it was under the control of Daulat Rao Shinde. Can you tell me the capital of Mughals? My dear students, Fatehpur Sikri. Fatehpur Sikri was the capital of Mughals, which was under the control of Daulat Rao Shinde. And by defeating the troop of Shinde, General Lake captured the Mughal emperor. Here troop means army. Shinde's army were defeated, and Mughal emperor got victory over Hindustan. Dear students, in this way, the three wars was fought between Britishers and Anglo-Indians. I hope you understood this part of the chapter. My dear students, read the lesson carefully and remember the three wars which was fought. So, remaining part of this chapter we will learn in our next video. Thank you and have a nice day.